Every few months I get a schedule and it looks like this. It's printed out and handed to me. I then have to take it and manually enter it into a Google Calendar that's shared between my wife and I. This typically takes about 30 minutes and I consider myself pretty tech savvy. What I'm going to show you in this video is how I can quickly convert this paper calendar into a digital calendar using ShiftCals. Before I start, just point out a few things here. This is a schedule that starts December 12th, and I'm guessing like most of your shifts, there's some sort of representation. I call this a mapping. So D here is a day shift, starts at 7 a.m. and lasts for about 8.5 hours. E is an evening shift, starts at 3 p.m., goes 8.5 hours. I've gone to shiftcals.com and clicked the Create Calendar button in the upper right. And the first thing I'm going to do here is define my shifts. So what that really means is set up a mapping of what each shift letter means. And because I've done this before, I have this button that shows ones you created last time. And what this will do is we'll just save the last time you use ShiftCals so you don't have to redefine your shifts ever again. But I'm just going to create new for this example. So the first letter I'm going to define is D. I can use an upper or lowercase here. Like I said, my D shift starts at 7 a.m. and goes 8.5 hours. I click the new letter, plus, in the lower left, and I'm going to do an E. My evening shift starts at 3 p.m., goes 8.5 hours. Click next step. Time zone is Chicago. My schedule starts, in this example, December 12th. So I've clicked on that little calendar icon, selected December 12th. And now the most complicated part of the whole process. Once you do this once, you'll notice that it's not very complicated at all. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a letter for each day of my schedule, and for days that I don't work, I'm going to put any letter that I haven't defined as a shift mapping. So in this case, I can use D and E. Any other letter I can use to represent a day off. So at the bottom here, I'm going to put up my schedule so you can follow along. And again, you can use uppercase or lowercase letters here, it doesn't matter. So on December 12th, I work a day, and the 13th, I work a day. Then I have a day off, so I'm going to put a Z. Then I work 3 days in a row. Then I have a day off. Then I work a day followed by 2 evenings. Then I have 7 days off in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I work 2 more days. And that finishes up my December schedule, so we'll just stop there. This lets me confirm that the schedule I put in matches up with my actual paper schedule. And it only shows the days that I work, not the days off. Last step, I'm going to put in my email. And I can prefix each calendar entry with a string here. So I'm going to put Ryan Works. And what this does is for every day that I work, when it creates the digital calendar, it's going to put this in front of the shift. So like, for example, it says will become Ryan Works A. So for the days I work an A shift, on my Google Calendar entry, it's going to say Ryan Works A. Click Finish. Your calendar's been created. Now all you need to do is, if you use Google Calendar, we can automatically import your schedule by clicking the link here. If you don't use Google Calendar, just check the email that you got. It has instructions for all the software that you could use. I'll just show you quickly how to import into Google Calendar. Click the Click Here link. Sign in with Google. And just choose your calendar and click the Add Shifts to Calendar button. And you're done.